Hello everyone, welcome back to Momma Jo's Kitchen. It is a rainy day out there today, but it's relatively warm, which it's been really cold, but I hear it's going to drop down again tomorrow and get really cold. You know, I just wish the weather would be one way or the other. I don't like it when it goes from cold to hot and hot to cold. Right now I'm burning up. So, I might have, not sure yet, I might have another recipe for you today. It just depends. But I have to cook for the husband, so I thought I would video what I'm making him today. And if you all are familiar with any of my videos, I guess I wouldn't call it a test on spare ribs. I cooked them 3 different ways to see which one turned out to be the best. They were all good, but if you look back and find that video, I did one in the slow cooker, I did one in the oven, and I did one in the air fryer. But the one in the oven was by far the best, according to my husband. But today, I have pork back ribs. They were on sale at Food Line. I think I paid like $7 for these ribs. And I tell you what I'm going to do. I said back in that video that there was one way I have not prepared them. And I wanted to try and see how my mother used to cook them. She would take the ribs and she would put them in a pot like this, okay? And what I've done is they really butchered these up. Like this one was basically little. I like to cut them in sections of like 4, like you see here. The one good thing is they removed the membrane already off the back for me, so I didn't have to do that. So I like to cut them in 4s. This one here is a 2-piece because, like I said, I had to trim fat off of it. There was a big chunk of meat hanging off of it where they didn't trim it up. This one is 4, and this is a 4. And back to what I was saying, how my mother used to do it. She would take and she'd pour water over them, which I'm getting ready to do. Okay, you want to put enough water in there to cover them. And we like to use spring water because we have public, there, that's about enough. It's about half, my pan's about half full. We have public water, and we just don't like the taste of it. And now she would just take and she would boil them on the stove, and then she would take them out and she'd put them on a baking sheet. And she'd either like just season it and bake it like that or put barbecue sauce on it. I'm kind of following hers, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to season this water. And I'm going to bring these to a boil. Then I'm going to turn it down on low. And I'm going to put the lid on it. And I'm going to slow cook them probably about 40-45 minutes. And then I'm going to take them out and I'm going to put them in tin foil and use your favorite barbecue sauce. This just happens to be what we have on hand, but Sweet Baby Ray's is a pretty good barbecue sauce. And I'm going to put them in the oven and I'm going to let them slow cook in the oven, probably 325. And I might let them go for an hour. It just depends on the time. I have to keep the eye on the time. And if I'm pressed for time, what I might do is open them up towards the end. And I raised my rack up 1 level so to be a little closer to the broiler heating element. And I might broil them just to get that barbecue to kind of get sticky on the top. So let me get this turned on here. I'm going to start off on medium. For me, that's a 4, but it's almost like a medium high. And let me get my little teaspoon, or did I wash it? Let me check. Okay, I got a teaspoon here. And these are optional. You can just put your salt and pepper in here if you wanted to. But Michael likes a little spice, a little heat. So I'm just going to put about a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Another real good option is to add a couple bay leaves. I think I need to get to the store and get some more. These are kind of small. Okay. I put about 3 in there. 2 of them are really small. Put some garlic pepper in there. Not garlic pepper. Garlic powder. I can't even talk today. I'm going to put about a teaspoon. And of course, onion powder. I don't think this one's been opened. Nope. Let me see. I gotta get something to open it. I don't know if you see my little Shih Tzu there. Tuck. Tuck. There he is. I gave him he gave me a hard time last night. He was desperate need of a haircut, and he needed a bath. So, he fought me, gave me a hard time. Just imagine if I had to take him somewhere to get it done. That would not be very fun. I'm just going to put about a teaspoon of garlic powder in. And, of course, pepper. Well, I don't know if I can get the thing in the middle or not. See if I can get in there. Trust me, I can never have too much pepper for Michael. Okay, and then I want some salt. This is kosher salt. There's probably about 2 teaspoons in there. Alright, I was just going to get something just to kind of stir it a little bit. So you make sure that the meat is submerged under the water. Okay, I'm going to bring you all back. But like I said, I'm going to bring this to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, I'm going to turn it down on low. And I'm going to put the lid on it. And I'm going to let it slow cook for about 40 minutes. And I'll bring you back when I'm ready to put it in tin foil for the next step. So we'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, folks, it's been about 40 minutes. I'm bringing you over here so you all can see these ribs. When you slow cook it like that, see, it renders off a lot of the fat. Now, you can save this broth by all means and use it in something else. There's a lot of flavor here, especially with the way we seasoned it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take these ribs out, and I have a baking sheet with a rack on top, and I'm going to take these ribs out, and I'm just going to let them set out here on the rack while I get everything else ready. And I'm probably going to take a paper towel and just be on the safe side and dry them really well. Not necessary, but I don't want, all this liquid. Now, you could add additional dry seasoning, dry rubs to this if you want. I guess that's all that's left there in the pan. So, here they are. I'm going to pull this off the heat here and turn the stove off. And like I said, I'm going to get these on tin foil. Oh, there's a bay leaf. And I'm going to put these in tin foil, and I'm going to put barbecue sauce liberally on both sides, and I'm going to wrap it up in foil, And then I'm going to put it on this baking pan. I'm going to remove the rack because we don't need the rack after that. And I'm going to put it in the oven at 325. And I'll probably, depending on the time, I'll probably slow cook them for an hour, maybe a little longer, hour and a half, 2 at the most. Like I said, it just depends on the time. And right before I go to serve them, I'm going to take them out of the oven. I'm going to open the foil up, and I'm going to stick it probably under the broiler just to get it nice and to get that glaze nice and sticky on top. You'll see what I mean. I'll bring you all back and show you what it looks like. Okay, we'll be back. Everyone, look at these ribs. They are so tender that I tried turning them over because I had the other side up, and right here it's already caramelized from where the barbecue sauce was sitting on top. And I'm going to try to put a little more barbecue sauce on this side and then put it under the broiler. But these things are, like I said, tender and falling apart. But I do want to try to get a little more of a barbecue sticky glaze on it. So I'm going to put a little more barbecue sauce on this side. I'm going to pop them back in the oven on broiler and just kind of keep an eye on it. And these are going to be done, and Michael will be thrilled to give you a taste test on these. We will be back.
How you doing, YouTube? Been waiting to taste test these bad boys since I was sitting in line at McDonald's getting my wife's Coke. I'm trying to figure out where the end is. I think I got it. Ooh, tender. Might not have needed that.
Now these are boiled, and then they were baked in tin foil, and then they were broiled a little.
Delicious. Sweet, tangy, smoky a little bit. I'm gonna eat that whole rack. 2 thumbs up. Check out Momma Jo's video. Check out how to make these. Make you some. Come back and get you some more goodness. Thank you. Good night.